Last video, I fixed my air compressor. This video, there's going to be some upgrades.
It was at this moment that he knew.
So what I've realised here is I've ordered the wrong gauge. It's a little bit too big and the thread pattern is slightly different. So without waiting to reorder another part or getting some form of adapter for the thread, I'm trying to remove the old worn out and scratched lens as I found a spare one for a similar sized gauge. Here in the workshop, I've always had a standard airline. I'm constantly tripping over this and I would really like a retractable one. Second to that, I would like to attach it to the machine and for it to pivot out from a central point. What I'm doing here is I'm taking measurements of both the bracket, included it on the airline, and where to join this to the compressor. Then I'm going to translate this into CAD, which creates files for my plasma cutter. So here's the two halves of the bracket. Let me just quickly show you how these go together. They slot into each other like so. And what that does is it creates a really, really strong shape. I've chamfered the corners so it shouldn't catch on anything, i.e. the airline. I don't want that being nicked. And then there is keyholes in certain areas that line up with a bracket that's already on the airline. Putting some bolts through, putting the bracket onto it, a nut and washer will hold that in place. But what you might have sussed out by now is I can't get this last bolt in. That is by design. So let me just quickly take this apart and show you my plan. Easier said than done. Right, so when that's come apart, what I'd like to do is put these bolts in position now before I weld these two halves together and weld these bolts into position. So that turns these into captive bolts, which means it's a really simple operation to just bolt that bracket onto. These are held in position, and then all I need to do is lift the bracket onto this, put a nut and washer on and tighten up. I don't need two sets of tools, two sets of spanners. I just need one spanner that's going to tighten this up. So let's turn the welder on.
What we do here is go back, 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 back.